Hey team, Damien Kelly, exercise scientist here for the third in our workout series, Core and Mobility Basics for Home. Now hopefully if you're on this video, you've already had a really good crack at the first two workouts. You've done those numerous times each to master those movements, got the full value out of them before you come to here. When it comes to fitness, I'm often telling my clients to play the long game. It's about looking deep in the future. It's not by rushing through workouts and trying to progress too quickly. Your body doesn't work that way. So my strong recommendation is to do each workout numerous times until you master it, and then move on to in the next video in the series. And then long term, if you want to use these as a bit of a reference, then you can just use them intermittently, different ones just for variety. But they've all got value. Yes, they are. Each workout is a little bit harder than the last one, but it doesn't mean that you can't go back to video one in the future and get value out of it. All right, let's go through today's 10 exercises. Once again, I'll work through each exercise once with you, giving you all the key cues and pointers for each movement. So come along with me in this first part. Actually, don't watch, actually do it with me. I'll count you through the 12 reps of each exercise. And then for your second or potentially third round, you can either just look at the screen and do it yourself, or you can just rewind and follow me through again for the second and third round. All right, first one is the scorpion. So we're down onto our tummy like so. We come up onto our forearms, if you like this here. So nice and comfortable position. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to super glue my forearms to the ground. So at no stage during this exercise do I bring my forearms off the ground. Remember, for these mobility exercises, you need one part of the body to be your anchor so you can get the mobility. If everything kind of peels off the ground, you're not getting the value out of the movement. So ankles glued down. I'm now going to lift my right leg off the ground, take it across my body and tap it to the ground. So once again, my right elbow is still glued to the ground. I come back, that's one. I'm gonna go the other way, lift up, rotate, tap the heel to the ground, that's two. If you, for any reason, don't have that mobility, you can't get all the way to the ground, just do your best. You want pain-free movement. If you're getting a sharp pain anywhere, that's not a great idea. So just go as far as you can into the movement, slow and controlled. If you can't tap heel to the ground, that's fine. Just get as far as you can. Tap, there's 4. Tap, there's 5. Great mobility through the spine. 7, 8, nothing fast. 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. Let's move to our gluteus maximus exercise. This is our third pelvic raise in the series. So for this one, you now need your chair, your couch, your bench, or whatever it is to use. You may need to take your shoes off because you don't want to get your shoes on the couch. We're actually going to go the opposite way we did in the second video. So I'm now going to place my feet on the bench like so, head down. I can have my arms across my chest, or I can have them supporting me. And then from there, I'm doing my pelvic thrust, all right? So just get a little bit more range with this version, a little bit harder. Just make sure I'm driving those heels directly down into the bag, getting that full range of motion. There's 4, tap, up, high as I can, 5, 6, just checking with that non-dominant leg, is it doing its work? 7, 8, 9, 10, feel those hamstrings working, 11, up, and 12, good stuff. All right, next one is my dead bugs. One of the best exercises on the planet. It's got a pretty weird name, but it's a great exercise. All right, so in previous videos we've done similar versions, so if you've been doing those, you should be ready for this exercise. So, it's a core exercise. I'm going to be flapping my arms and legs everywhere around, but that's not the focus of this exercise. The focus here is the ability to be able to tilt my pelvis backwards, not upwards, but backwards, which then tends to, flattens my lower back a little bit against the ground. So don't lift your bum off the ground, just tilt the pelvis, which then I can now feel engagement through my core. It's firmer, my back flattens against the ground, and my job now is to do that before I start and then maintain that position throughout. So I don't want to go back into a lower back arch at any stage to this exercise. So tuck the pelvis, feel that brace, and then I'm going to raise my legs off the ground, knees at 90 like so, keeping that flat back against the ground, arms up like so. This is where it starts. Imagine a dead bug. Imagine a cockroach is lying on its back after it's finished its life. And then from here, or maybe finishing its life, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lower opposite arm and leg. Come back to center. Opposite arm and leg. Now remember, as I said at the start, the arms and legs we think is the exercise, but it's not. They're just a distraction for the core. Can I maintain that hip roll, that flattening of the back, that brace through my core as I lower opposite arm and leg simultaneously? The lower that arm and leg get to the ground, the harder it is to maintain that core position. And that's where it really that strength comes in. So if you've been following along, that's 4, I'll still call it 4. 5, so your pure focus is on that bracing through the core. Lock that lower back down. 6, opposite arm and leg. 7, 8, it's a challenging exercise to do perfectly. 9, can already feel some fatigue there. 10, 2 more, brace. Lock it in, lock it in, lock it in. 11, and 12. That's the dead bug. All right, next one. It's a nice, I've learned this one in yoga. What yoga class do I do? So, lying on my tummy, arms out to the side like so. So I've got my arms directly laterally outside me. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to open my chest out and open up to the sky. Back down, open my chest out, take my hand back as far as I can, and back to the ground. So what I'm actually doing here is I'm keeping the opposite shoulder, the non-twist moving arm is staying glued to the ground. So as I open my right arm, I'm actually feeling a great stretch through the front of my left arm. So the one that's on the ground still should be out to 3 and 9 o'clock. So I'm feeling a stretch through my left side, even though I'm moving my right side. There's 3, open, 4, stretch, 5, 6, this is like a nice, either a neural or a muscle stretch. There should be no pain, no sharp pain. So just go to a range that suits your body. I've lost count now, I got 7, call that 8, 9, feels good. Through the front of the shoulder, through the bicep, through the chest. 10, 11, and 12. All right, the next one, once again, is an advance on our previous workout. So, we're in this side bridge position again. Remember, elbow is directly under the shoulder. I am making a fist out of my bottom hand, just the bottom hand, not top hand, and I want my head in posture. So because I'm side lying, that's posture, not that. So head in posture. This time, we're going to have our legs straight. Last time we had them bent, so legs straight this time, and stack your feet on top of each other, and then driving the elbow into the ground, I'm going to raise the whole body off the ground. So I'm now resting on the forearm and the feet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, drive up, feel those obliques and those hips working. 5, 6, perfect position. Feel the obliques working now. There's 8, lift, 3 more. Looks like in the video I'm dropping my head, but I'm actually Hopefully that is neutral, it's just the angle. Let's do one more. Is that or I have a big head? All right, change sides. It's a pretty simple exercise. You can hear I'm a bit out of breath though. It's a lot of muscles working in that one, which is how we like it. Body straight, elbow on the shoulder, fist out of the bottom hand, head in position, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 more, 9, 10, 11, last one. Up we get, drive up, drive up. All right, nice work. 12 each side, okay. Whew. The next one we'd have a little bit different. It's similar to what we did in the previous one with our good mornings. But this time, oddly enough, I'm going to get you to lose posture on the way down. So what I want you to do in essence is think about your vertebra from the base of your skull all the way down to your tailbone. I'm going to just slowly roll forward, and then I'm going to extend up to straight and stand up. That's one. I'm going to chin to chest roll forward. I'm then going to straighten my spine and stand up. Roll forward, core posture, drive the bum back, chest up and open, stretch through the hamstrings. There's 4. Roll it, open, there's 5. Roll, open out, there's 6. So this is a good one for the small muscles along our spine, the erector spinae muscles that are very important. Open out, but also feel like it gives you a bit of an idea of being in and out of the correct posture. So I'm intentionally going into poor posture, and then I'm actively going into good forward hinge posture. 8. If anyone's counting properly, you probably know I'm skipping numbers or jumping numbers. I can't do 2 things at once. 9. Rolling forward, knees just slightly bent. Open. Let's do 2 more. Roll it forward. Open, pull those shoulders back, open through the chest. Nice long spine. 1 more. Roll it. Open out. And there's 12. It's just what I think about. This is a great workout for kids to do as well. It's great body awareness for kids as well. So if you've got kids in the house and you're thinking, oh, what can I do for them? These exercises are fantastic for them as well. Body weight exercises, they teach awareness, they mobilize the body, they strengthen the body. So really, regardless of what age you are, these exercises have great value. All right, a couple of things we're doing here. We're gonna open we're gonna stand on one leg, arms out to the side, and we're going to touch our nose like so. So just as we do this, make sure we're not out of posture. Lengthen through the spine, open the chest, keep an even weight through the entire grounded foot. Arms out wide. 3, 4, 5, 6, stay balanced. 7, good idea to look at a non-moving spot in front of you. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is a bit of a proprioceptor. So we're asking the ankles to stabilize and to hold our body weight and control, but we're throwing in the distraction of our nose touches. In position, 1, 2, stay Stay stable. Be conscious of what's happening at the ankle. Hopefully you're not falling over. You've got to get through all 12 or close to it without popping that other foot down. Like I've got under pressure, hopefully you can do it. It's about 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good one. All right. So now we're going to do what's called the Y row, which is, think about YMCA. So the Y row would be here. That's our T row, that's our Y row, that's our I row. And so what we're going to do, it's also how our dog says hello. We're going to go into our forward bend position, place our arms by our sides like so, and then we're going to make that Y position. So not out the sides, we're at that slightly raised position. We're feeling the back of the shoulder as we do it, all right? So bum out, good, forward hip hinge position, up for 1. Be conscious about keeping the tension out of our neck and face. See if we can just dominate through the back of the shoulders. No swinging, nice and smooth. Raise up, head's in position. Raise, feel those muscles in the back of the shoulders. Pull, squeeze through, 7. Keep that head down, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Just make sure that one, if you are up too upright, gravity's not working against you. That one, so we do need to be down as close to horizontal as we can. So we're actually working against gravity. As if we're too high, we're not doing that. So bend your knees as much as you have to. If your hamstrings are tight, get down nice and low so we are working against the force of the gravity. All right. Next one, down into an all fours position. Come up to a plank position on your hands. I'm just going to bring that leg in to a thigh is horizontal, is vertical. Back out. There's 1, 2. As we call this the prone runner, just want to make sure that if you look at my hips now, I'm not dropping that hip as I raise the leg. I'm trying to keep that hip up. So hips stay perfectly still as I raise the leg in. So bring the leg in. Hip stays up. So what I'm almost going to do there is that half a second before I raise the right leg, I've got to consciously send messages to the core, to the obliques and to the hip to keep up, because it's going to want to drop. So as soon as I lift that right leg, it wants to drop, but I'm actively keeping it up. Let's do 10 more. 2, head in position, eyes just in front of the fingers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The prone runners. All right, last one. There's a few ways you can do this one. It's a good whole body exercise. As I said, depending on your squat ability, depending on your range of motion, your knees, etc., will depend on how you go with this one. I'll give you a few different options. So, if you've got like an ottoman or a couch or even, what have you got? Maybe just a chair could work as well. What I want to do here is, we've been working on our squat over the previous series, so we're going to now do our good quality squat, but now I'm going to add a sit up, feet down, sit down, sit up, and then stand up. If you don't have a bench that allows you all the way down, what I want you to do is just sit down and then just go back as far as you can and then come up and stand up, all right? So I'll show you the full version here, but you need to modify it for whatever your situation is. Good quality squat, chest up, eyes up, weight through the full foot. Then we're gonna lower down. We're going to come up. 2, sit, roll, control it. 3, try to keep those feet grounded the whole time. During the sit up, if I lift my feet off the ground. It is easier, but it means I'm not using the obliques, the six-pack muscles as much. So if they stay glued down, it means I'm really asking the full effort from that six-pack muscles. 4, light on the back. 5, you could even do this one if you've got a low enough bend, you can do it on a bed as well, depending on how high your bed is. 6, 7, 8. Control the squats. 2 parts of this exercise. Can we do them both as best as we can? 9, light touch on our squat. Control the sit up. Keep those feet down. 10, sit, roll, abs. 1 more. Keep those feet down. And stand up. That's our squat to sit up. That's the 10 exercises, team, for the 3rd workout in our core mobility series. Once again, 2 or 3 rounds of that, 12 reps of each exercise. Do that maybe 4 or 5 times before you move on to the next workout, which is workout 4 in our series. See you then.